Well, hello. My name is Mary Kay Best, and thank you for taking just a few minutes for me to share some good things with you. I'm here to encourage you in your life and to let you know that, of course, God is loving you and watching over you. But I want to make a suggestion to you about thinking about what you're doing every day. What are you doing with your time? Now, as we're together here for just a couple minutes, we don't have much time today, as always, except this time that you are just being still and listening. God wants you to know that He wants you to make decisions that are honoring and pleasing to Him. Now, if you don't believe in God, that might be a little more difficult, but I want to share something with you that Jesus shared with His disciples. And in the book of Matthew, in chapter 10, He says, "Whatever I tell you in the dark, speak in the light, and what you hear in the ear, preach to the housetops. And do not fear those who kill the body, but cannot kill the soul, but rather fear Him who is able to destroy both soul and body in hell." So that's saying that you are to have a reverential fear of God. He is all-powerful, all-knowing, but He is loving you, and He's sovereign, and He is in control. That means He's in control of all the politics of the day, everything that's going on. But decisions on the earth, He has given you a free will. So you have decisions to make. He says, "Are not two sparrows sold for a copper coin, and not one of them falls to the ground apart from your Father's will? But the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Do not fear, therefore. You are of more value than many sparrows." So what Jesus is saying, don't be afraid to choose what God says in His Word. Don't be afraid to make decisions based on what He says. And I want to encourage you, there are some of you that you're on the verge of making some very bad decisions, and you know it. And you may be watching this and thinking, well, I can do it. I can figure it out. See, the whole problem is we can't figure it out, and you can't figure it out. You have to have God to help you. You say, well, how in the world do I do that? Well, just stop texting, stop the phone calling, stop trying to get advice from all of the people in your life, and just get still and get on your knees and say, God, I need you to help me. And for those of you who are believers, those of you who are Christians, and you are dibbling and dabbling in things you know that you should not be doing. You know it's wrong, but you're doing it anyway. That's how the devil deceives you. He presents things to look so good and to sound so good, and it distracts you. Those of you who are married and you're about to get involved with someone else, those of you who are teenagers and you're dating someone who's very controlling, you are a child of the one true King, Jesus Christ. So you stand up and you just say to that person, I belong to Christ. I hope you have a wonderful life. But you need to ask God to give you the courage and the strength to say no. The courage and the strength to say no does not come from you. It comes from God. And remember what He says. He says, even if a sparrow falls to the ground, He knows about it. He knows every hair on your head. He knows your name. So the question every day that Jesus is asking all of us, are you going to choose me, or are you going to choose the world? Are you going to choose me, or are you going to choose what feels good? Are you going to choose me, or are you going to choose what looks good and sounds good? Choose Christ. You'll win every time. See you next time.